is up, guys? So today's video, it's going to be pretty quiet. I'm up potting my little tomatoes, and I'm going to try and up pot these little peppers. I took photos of where I sowed what seeds, so I know if I go back in my photos, I'll find out what is what, and then I got cute little tags that I'll just stick them in there. But we're gonna use plastic cups because that's all I got right now. Oops. I did pick up some more peppers. I've never seen these before. California Wonderful F1 peppers. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's not really gonna show you. There you go. Kind of cool. Yeah, I've never had these before, but they were cute. They look healthy. So I'm going to be using, I normally use the compost that I buy to start my seeds in, and I don't have an issue with them. Like, they all germinated fine and everything, but I've just got this feeling I think that they are lacking something just by the looks of their leaves. I know these need these look okay, but I feel like they should be doing a little bit better. The roots, you can see all the roots down in the bottom right here, but I just want to make sure that they have enough of what they need. So I'm using Happy Frog. This is one of my favorite brands too. It is not cheap, but this bag was 10 bucks, but I know this stuff works. I've used it before, and it's really good stuff, guys. I bought a big bag. I think it was $25 or $35 and it's bigger than this, and this one is, let's say, 13.2 liters, so it's 12 dry quarts. I bought a big bag, and I want to say it was around like $30 to $35, and that bag lasted me. I had extra in that bag, and that was from our last garden, so about 2 years ago. So this is a really good brand. It is a little bit more pricey, but my soil is more important than my seeds, honestly. That's how I kind of say it. I know it sounds a little silly, but I make sure I get good soil. If we're not at the point of making it ourselves yet, so I have to buy good soil. So what I'm going to be doing is up potting these. I do want to drill a hole in the bottom, but I don't have a drill. That's with my husband. So I'm going to have to do that after the fact, which is kind of silly, but it is what it is. I could probably take a knife. Yeah, we're going to do that instead. So this is going to be more tedious, and I'll just fast forward it for you guys, but I'm going to take a knife and just make little X, just allow for drainage to come through. The weather's been acting kind of funky, so it got super chilly. The low for today was 40s. I think the high was like 62 to 64, something like that. So spring is flirting with us. So I think I might be keeping these. I mean, they've done fine outside. I could probably keep them outside. I might bring them in tonight just because I'm transplanting or up potting them. I don't want them to be kind of in shock. So these we're going to separate because there are multiple ones in here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little ant on me. We're going to separate those, and I'll show y'all how I do that. And I'm going to actually put them down into the soil about, I don't know if y'all can see this, it's kind of hard to see, about that much of the stem. So we're going to bury them up to those bottom leaves. I don't want the leaves touching the soil though, so there's that. Finally got a hose. Hoses are so expensive. They're so expensive. So I bought a little 25-foot collapsible one because I'm like, that'll be easy to move. And then just a cheap, this was like $7. Little spray thing that's probably gonna break on me. So, all right, let's get going. Dad, before you say anything, I'm being careful, okay? Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. I have a neighbor who's pressure washing right now. I'm going to show you real quick how I'm going to do this, and then I'm just going to speed through all the other ones. So what I'm going to do is take one of my containers. Now ideally you want to go ahead and pre-moisten this. It's slightly damp. It does need some water, just so you're not drowning the seedling, but I'm going to water after I'm done. So I'm going to take, this is perfect size, so we're going to take this, I'm going to push it down into the middle, so I've got a nice little hole right here. I already transplanted all my black cherries into one of my grow bags over there. So these are all Brandywine. This is a yellow and red blend. I've never grown this particular one. I have grown Brandywines before, and they are my absolute favorite tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is carefully get this out. So I've got two right here. Oh, they're about to start the pressure washing again. I've got two right here. Hopefully y'all can see this. So what I'm going to do, tomatoes are pretty tough, so I'm going to actually gently just pull these apart, and this one's coming right apart perfectly. So here is my little seedling. You can see that. Okay. And then here's my hole in my cup I've made. I'm going to put those roots down into that hole, and we're going to push this little guy all the way down in there. And I'm going to just cover it back up with my potting soil, and that is it. It's kind of cool because the kids can see the root system developing within the cup. Since it's clear, they can see through it, and it'll show you too what's going on with the roots, so it's kind of neat. I've done this before in clear plastic cups, and we've always, well, the kids have always enjoyed it. So all right, I'm going to speed up through the rest of them. These are all, like I said, Brandywine red and yellow blend. So we're going to do all these first, then I'm going to get all the labels in. My neighbor has a bunch of bird feeders out, and the most prettiest birds come up here. I got the kids little bird whistles. You put water in it. They're really neat. I'll have to put a video of Bud doing it you guys can see it. But they'll come out here and they're like, Mom, we're talking to the birds and they're talking back. It's super cute. Okay, now we're gonna do the peppers. This was my little mini greenhouse that totally worked. I did this when it was still a little bit chill outside too. So I put my compost in, cut holes in the bottom. Look at that pollen just sitting there. Cut holes in the bottom, sowed my seeds, and I took a picture. And then on my picture, I labeled on there what was where. And I took a picture of the seed packet next to it with like a little line pointing to what row they're in so I knew. But you basically close this, tape it shut all the way around, and it makes like a little mini greenhouse. So that's another way to save some money on starting seeds. Guys, you don't need all the fancy equipment. I don't have it. I don't have any of the grow lights or anything. The one grow light I actually have, I think it cost me like $10 on Amazon. I haven't had a very successful journey yet with the grow lights. The last one I bought was off of Amazon, and something happened and it popped and sparked and then smoked. And so I immediately returned it and was like, we'll come back later to this. So I like to improvise. If I cannot use grow lights, I will do that. Although the grow lights do give you a jump start. I will say that they definitely give you a jump start. This is way slower, not too much slower, but definitely slower. So if you're able to get grow lights, good, do it, go for it. If not, you can do it this way too. So all right, so we're gonna up pot the peppers. I've never transplanted peppers like this, so these could totally die when I do this. I don't know, I'm starting to see some people transplant early. I know Charles Dowding's done a few things too, where he's testing out to transplant things early, so we will see. I guess now I'm part of the experiment. And I'm getting ants in my coffee. It's so gross. I don't even know what you are. Yeah. Oh. All right, a little trick I do when the roots are long, like I've had some that are longer than this, and instead of just like shoving it in there, I kind of twist it and it spirals down in there. Can you see that? That one's not going in great. Anyway, when they were longer, it was easier to just twist it down in there. These are all the ancho. I do have a couple. There's a jalapeno. I'm just going to tuck it in. It's a Jimmy. I'm just going to tuck it in with another one. There's some more Jimmy Nardellos right here. But, so these anchos, I'm going to do this little cluster together. And I'm actually going to move this soil back. And then just put that little guy right in there. We'll tuck this one in too. Perfect. And then label. Don't forget your labels. And so this little cluster right here, these two fellas are hanging out. Are you going back in? All right, so I'm just gonna lay all these together like that and then make an opening for those in there. And then we're just gonna plant all these guys together. Can you see that? I'm just gonna lay it in there and then just cover it up. Make sure all the roots are in there. And then I'm gonna write a label because I don't want to forget. That always happens. You think you remember and then you don't. And then you're just stuck waiting. Oh, pen's going out. You're just stuck waiting to see what you actually grew. All right, another ancho. There's a couple more Jimmys. Jimmy Nardellos are our favorite little snacking pepper. They're super sweet, and the kids love to just go and grab them and snack on them. All right, so greenhouse was a little success. There's everything. There it is, guys. Okay, Bud is out here, and I want you guys to see his cute little bird whistle. You gonna show him? Do you need more water?
Maybe.
This one actually broke, so it got glued. That's why it looks a little messy.
Papa glued it.
Papa glued it for you. Oh.
That's good.
Might be too much. It is too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dip a little bit. Take a little bit out. Dip a little. There it goes. Take a little bit out again. See if it makes a different noise.
That's what it sounds like without water.
That's too loud.
Yeah, it sounds annoying without water. It's better with water because that's what makes like the sound of a real bird.
It's really cool. So hopefully this will be our little spring garden. There's a ridiculous amount of brandy wines, so my local friends, you might be getting some. Anywho, I do have some lettuce here and some basil. The basil I'm probably just going to put in the tower. I've put a few of them in there now. The tower is doing great, and my dinosaur kale is still alive. That thing is
I think this is our biggest plant.
2 years old now. Gosh. Huh?
I think this is our
Yeah, those are doing great.
Wait,
You want to show them what it is?
I don't even know what they are.
I don't know what they are. There's a label in there.
I thought those were dope.
I think that's a Trinidad. That first one right there is a Trinidad. Does it say Trinidad ghost pepper or something? Trinidad scorpion.
Hot red cherry.
Yep, there's a hot red cherry. So then I think the one that's in the back. The one that's in the back is the Trinidad scorpion, and then the one that's in the front that's a little bit bushier is the hot red cherry. And then all the other ones are...
Like zinnias around them.
No, there's not zinnias around them. There's marigolds.
Yeah.
All those other ones, I think, are bananas. They're hot banana peppers, which is one of Daddy's favorites, actually. We also went for a walk over the weekend and past this tree. Oh, that's starting to dry out. Past this
I'm
tree,
gonna get some water.
and you can just grab that cup right there. And I love the leaves of it, so we took a branch and trying to propagate it, and I would love to plant it out on the property. It's really beautiful. I cannot remember the name of it. I'll put it up on the screen.
Hey Mom, where's that piranha plant?
It's really gorgeous. I'm gonna add a little bit of blood meal to these peppers. They're looking a little bit yellow, and so I'm just give them a boost of nitrogen. Oh my gosh, I can't open it. On my coffee that I sprayed. Oh, got it. Never mind. I got it.
Or is it soaking wet out here?
I just sprayed, baby.
Smells like those cookies that you made. Smells like that.
All right, a little bit of a mini update of what we got going on. I want to so bad make this a garden space, but we're not going to be here. So we've got a few more months living here, and this is what I have going on. Okra, super leggy. I'm praying heavy over these things because I miss okra and I want it so bad. And they're really leggy, and I don't think there's enough sunlight back here, guys, to get this. And it's obviously not very hot enough, but March is the time to sow them in Florida, so I'm hoping for the heat to come soon. It's okay, I'll get it. That's all right. This is a pink lemonade. Oh my gosh. A pink lemonade blueberry. Goodness gracious. We've got, oh, that's super zoom, sorry.
They are really good.
There is one.
They literally taste like lemonade.
They do. They taste like pink lemonade. They're super yummy.
Yeah.
They're really good. Tower,
Yeah.
looking kind of bare. I'm going to put the rest of those basil seedlings in these empty spots. I might actually go ahead and do that. This parsley, I have cut back from it 4 times now to dry, and it keeps coming back, which is awesome. So we'll keep using that until it's gone. Just some houseplants out here. That's a houseplant. These are irises. They came from Jessica. Super sweet. Oh, that's a bloom. Oh my gosh, Jessica.
What?
There's a bloom. That's what that is. It's a bloom stalk.
Oh my gosh.
Don't pinch it. Leave it, please.
That's
So my thing, I mentioned this before in a previous video, is I want to plant different things out on the property that remind me of specific people in my life. And like, I'm getting something for my mom, I'm getting something for my mother-in-law, I've got something for my sister, I've got something for my grandmother who passed away a couple years ago. I've got these from Jessica. I've got little plants that remind me of people. Also, I've got this super cute one. I don't remember the name of it. Let me go around. So I got this one from my women's group from my church. I don't remember the name of it. I think my mother-in-law told me it's a bleeding heart. I'm not sure, but like, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, it's so pretty. So that's going out. Well, it'll be in a pot probably on the porch because it prefers morning sun and shade. So this reminds me of that moment of time in my life with my women's group that I love so much. If y'all are seeing this, I love you guys.
That's the prettiest bird I've ever seen.
Where?
It's got a red head behind it and blue feathers.
I see it. Let
also
me see if I can
in the back.
zoom in on it.
It's right on that red skinny tree. It's definitely not a woodpecker.
No, I can't see it.
It's like right. If you look like right where
Oh,
that.
he flew away.
Yep.
That was cool though, huh?
Right where that skinny tree is behind that one right in front of us.
Yeah.
That's where it was, like right here.
I know, it was super cute too.
Yeah, really cute.
This is mustard greens bolting, which is fine. This is it. This is my garden space right now. Are you just eating parsley?
Yeah, 'cause it's so good.
There's all the peppers.
Oh, Mom, what's this? Looks like it says new red fire.
Yeah, it was lettuce. So I tried transplanting lettuce in here super early, and some of it's hanging on. The rest of it is not. That was a test. That was actually my last video. So now you see that was a lesson learned. These are tomatoes. These are all of my black cherries that I transplanted way too early. And I kind of stunted them a little bit. They're still there. What? Those are tags. That's blocking off. So those two are aromas. That's how I marked it.
Eyes shut.
Yeah, it does look like 2 eyes shut. He's like this, look. I go, watch out. So these are my aromas. The rest of these are black cherries, and I tucked in some dill here too, but they're kind of stunted. We'll see what happens. I don't know. If they don't work out, that's okay. Right? Yeah. There is I think it's a pecan nut in here. I was trying to see if it would sprout. It came, I think, from the neighbor across the street's property. A squirrel might have brought it over, and I was wanting to sprout it and then plant it on our property.
A squirrel brought it over.
A squirrel or a bird? I don't know. Tree clippings, rosemary that I've had for 3 years,
Hey, listen.
lilies, daylilies, bay leaf that I'm trying to propagate. There's 2 more there to make a big bush.
What?
All right, y'all. That's it. Would you like to say anything?
No.
Nothing? Oh, do you want to show me your plant real quick? The kid's got a new plant today.
It's a piranha plant.
It's actually called a Venus flytrap, but he's calling it a piranha plant. What does it do?
Well, I don't think it works, but you like put your finger in it right here, and you kind of like wiggle it twice, and then let go, and then it'll like shut.
Well, what is it supposed to do?
If there's like bugs in your house, you can just sit it right where it is, and the bugs will fly right into it, and goodbye.
And what kind of plant is that called? What did we learn about?
Meat-eating plant.
It is a meat-eating plant, so it's a carnivorous plant.
That's what it is.
All right, thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.